Once upon a time, in the vast digital landscape of dating apps, a young man named Cristian swiped right, igniting an unusual love story with a girl he met on Tinder. Their romance sparked with the usual first dates, followed by an invitation to her place for a sleepover. But as the night unfolded, Cristian found himself in unfamiliar territory. At a club, the deafening music and pulsating lights overwhelmed him. His dance moves were clumsy, his energy lacking. His date's subtle hints indicating she'd rather her friends didn't see them kiss added to the mounting awkwardness. However, Cristian didn't retreat. He persevered and managed to steal a kiss from her, a small but significant sign of growth. Yet, the relationship was far from smooth sailing. His Tinder match was a self-sufficient woman with an avoidant attachment disorder. After movie nights, she would retreat into the world of her mangas and escape into a colorful, two-dimensional universe where Cristian's presence was non-existent. This retreat left him feeling sidelined and craving closeness. On one such occasion, she reproached him, stating that he needed to learn how to live alone, especially when he yearned for their time together. Their connection, largely superficial, was often punctuated with coldness and a lack of affection. She teased him relentlessly, often leaving Cristian feeling more like a punchline than a partner. Despite his best efforts to charm her with compliments, he received little in return. His self-esteem took a hit when an offhand comment, "Hell no," in response to his exasperated "fuck me," was taken as a rejection. In the complex ballet of romance, Cristian found himself battling his insecurities. A hint of possible intimacy, a condom left on the table, triggered not anticipation but paralysis due to his fear of underperformance. His inability to take the lead, to initiate intimacy, was a fortress he couldn't penetrate. Held back by his own self-doubt, his clumsiness multiplied in her presence, even forgetting basic hygiene like brushing his teeth. Cristian, autistic and sheltered by his parents, was unfamiliar with everyday chores. His awkwardness in the kitchen and his struggle with dishes were glaringly apparent during his stay at her place. When asked about his strengths and weaknesses, she pointed out his dependency, painful truth he had hoped to hide. The teasing continued, her jibes of him being a weakling slowly eroding his confidence. Despite his attempts to be the perfect gentleman, she found his respectfulness off-putting, a stark contrast to the toxicity she was accustomed to. When asked about his positive qualities, she only mentioned his agreeability, a quality that, sadly, served her needs more than it celebrated him. Cristian's hypersensitivity was put to the test when she dismissed his passion project, an anime video featuring cats, as childish. The harsh critique was another blow to his already dwindling confidence. The final act of this unusual love story was a sudden disappearing act by the girl, leaving Cristian alone with his thoughts and self-doubt. His confidence, already chipped away piece by piece, plummeted further. He was left questioning his worth and ruminating over his mistakes. In the end, Cristian's journey through the rough terrain of modern dating was a hard lesson in personal growth. Despite the heartache and the challenges, he emerged with a better understanding of himself. It was a bitter pill to swallow, and yet an invaluable lesson in self-discovery. Voiceover. 3 years passed by, and just as Cristian had come to terms with his solitude, she reappeared. Unbeknownst to him, she had been keeping a close eye on him through his TikTok. Now, a single mother, navigating through the aftermath of her own wrong choices, she sought solace in Cristian, the one who had always treated her right. Her previous relationships had been with machos and playboys, and now she was yearning for the kind-hearted, gentle soul that Cristian was. She slipped back into his life, guided solely by her self-interest, oblivious to the turmoil she was stirring up in him. Cristian was taken aback. He recognized the red flags, the same ones he had ignored before, but this time he was different. His self-discovery journey had borne fruit. He was no longer the naive man who would be swayed by her whims. He stood there wondering why she had chosen him, of all people, to return to. He pondered over what made him so special, and then it hit him. He was kind, he was patient, he was understanding. He was everything she had never valued before. As he looked at her, he realized that he was indeed special. But this time, he knew better than to let her take advantage of his good nature.